All right, you guys, Knox Hill, the other hill. Look, trailblazer to the sport, you know, definitely I would not be doing what I do if it wasn't for Knox Hill. Huge inspiration to me. What he's been able to do with his platform, it's motivational. Shout out to Knox Hill. What he continues to do, the fight that he continues to fight for not just his size reaction channels, but also got the small fries like me and all the people that are in this corner and pocket of ours. A lot of us don't even realize how much of a fight he actually brings to the table. I remember about a year ago, I feel like at this point, where Knox Hill was talking about he was actually trying to sit down with UMG. He wanted to hire lawyers. He wanted to get to the issue and figure out a way around it, not just for himself, but for all the creatives across the platform to be able to do what we do. And I will say, Knox Hill, when it comes to breaking down bars, when it comes to detaching lyrics and pulling it back together in a way that makes sense even to the dull mind, he is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. Sometimes I feel like he be putting a little bit of extra sauce on some of that stuff, man, but as part of the showmanship, it's part of the artistry, right? And I know that now. So I wanted to give a big shout out and a salute to Knox Hill. I've been waiting for the right moment to react to one of his records, right? I did one recently to Crypt, who is also a huge inspiration to me. My top 3 inspirations in terms of reaction channels would be Stevie Knight, Knox Hill, and Crypt. And Stevie Knight doesn't rap, but Crypt and Knox Hill both rap. And I've been waiting on the right moment to react to a song from both of them. I just did Crypt's newest song recently, and now Knox Hill has dropped as well. And it's a UMG diss, so I'm assuming that this has something to do with the battle that we all face as creators and reactors, music reviewers. However you create on YouTube, if you use music that is not your music, if you report on this music, if you review this music, if the artists themselves are not an independent artist like Ren, Tom McDonald, Adam Calhoun, Crypt, Knox Hill, if they're not an independent, Chris Webby, shout out to Chris Webby. I'm naming all the people that will literally lift those claims as soon as they get the recognition to. And I salute that, man. We all do, because I can't make money on my channel if I just got a bunch of claims. Not only that, but if I do a reaction to like a Morgan Wallen or something like that, which you guys know I do a lot of mainstream reactions too, but a lot of times I'll put a lot of effort into the video itself and it gets blocked and y'all never get to see it. You have to go to my Patreon just to see it. A lot of times it gets claimed and it tosses me right back out of the algorithm that I just worked my arse off to get in. So there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that goes on with this as well. And even if you dispute said claim, UMG don't care. I have never won. And what that means, if you get claimed, there's some kind of robotic system in YouTube where if you use somebody's song, you're going to get claimed, more than likely. Because it uses artificial intelligence to do so. It just said, hey, this song doesn't belong to you and it's in your video. Claim. Now, when I dispute it, I'm allowed to dispute under the act of fair use. What that means is that once art is out, it's fair use. I can review it. I can react to it. I can report on it. I can use it as long as there's some kind of commentary or some kind of something to insinuate that I'm not trying to steal this music, right? UMG doesn't care. They act as if you were stealing the music every time that you do it. They don't see that you're being a benefit to the artist and sharing art and explaining art to a lot of people that don't get it. And it doesn't matter what you say, but what it is when you do that claim, it essentially makes a human have to watch it. And when the human watches it, they can ultimately decide whether or not And I'll be honest with you guys, man, I don't think them humans are watching it. I think that it's just automatic denies every time. And I appreciate the likes of a Knox Hill for taking that battle head on and putting his page in jeopardy. Y'all don't understand, like, putting out a diss record to UMG when you got a YouTube channel with over 1 million subscribers is a dangerous game to play. It's a dangerous game to play. I'm not just fluffing him. I'm not just saying that. So I know this has been a long intro, but I'm excited to get into this record. And it is my pleasure to react to it. Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all are ready to get into it, let's do it. But before we do, just make sure you hit like, subscribe, and join. Helps the channel grow. I appreciate y'all so much. Also, I have opened up a public Discord. You can find it in the description below. Make sure to jump in there, say what's up, become a part of the family. And without further ado, let's do this, man. This is Knox Hill in his Independence Volume 1 UMG diss. And honestly, before the comments even start coming in, I know that was a long intro, but it was necessary. All right, Knox, let's get it, baby.
Completely independent. In the land of majors, I feel bases when I pin it. The white kid from the county sound outrageous when you send him. I see hitters, I see homies turn to base heads for mentions. Damn, lost my homie Nick, that cancer started in his lungs. He never touched a cigarette, that iron he had lungs. I never looked to smoke the same, ain't even touch it once. So someone look for smoke to game in, anything for buzz. We all know beef sells, but everything's injected. You need that growth hormone right before you drop a record. Just call out someone bigger, anything to get the checks in. But I ain't wanna judge, shit, I'll probably use that method. Desperate in the land of the fees, where everybody rock.
I like that, how he just flipped it on himself. Say anything to get a couple of views, man. But listen, man, I don't judge. I might even do the same thing. And he's literally doing it. But this is a greater fight than that, you know? And listen, I always make this joke on my channel, man. So if y'all are Knox Hill fans and y'all are coming over here to Nelson Hill, Thoughts of a Predicate Winner, check me out. If you're looking for bar breakdowns, you need to go over there to Knox Hill's channel, because I don't do bar breakdowns like that, man. I appreciate bars. I get it. I understand it. What I do is I express the sentiment. That's what we do over here. So, yeah, man, buckle up, because this sentiment is going to be one to talk about.
Record, just call out someone bigger, anything to get the checks in. But I ain't wanna judge, shit, I'll probably use that method. Desperate in the land of the fees, where everybody rockin' chains, the land of the free. Where opportunity knocks, but plugs handle keys. But I ain't one for labels, I can even manage me.
I mean, that's facts. In the land of the free, where everybody rocks chains. Y'all don't see the symbolism of that? We want a chain so bad that when we get a new job, or when, you know, we get a promotion, or when we have something to celebrate, like a life-changing moment, a lot of times we'll go and get a new chain. I wear chains. But the irony is like, you live to be free. You create to be free. Why is that something that we chase? Why is that something? It's just the symbolism that lies within it. It's like, it's kind of a crazy thing to think about, how we wear chains like we're slaves, even though we're free. So is it really land of the free, you know? And I can appreciate that sentiment. Sometimes it feels like we are constrained.
Change the land of the free, where opportunity knocks, but plugs handle keys. But I ain't one for labels, I can even manage me.
Facts. Opportunity knocks, the plugs are the ones that handle the keys, bro. Like, I got to knock on the door. And plugs, keys, just like in the streets, selling, you know, selling that Christina Aguilera. Same sentiment. The plugs are the ones that handle the keys, in the same way that the plugs in the street are the ones that handle the kilos. The plugs handle the keys. I got to knock on this door. You know, I'm trying to knock on the door of opportunity, but nobody that I know has the keys. So it has to be a plug that actually opens the door and lets me in, right? Here I go, breaking bars down anyway.
But I ain't one for labels, I can even manage me.
But I don't want the labels. I can't even manage me. And that's facts. That's facts in my eyes too, man. Like, I work 2 jobs and I do this on top of that, and I go to the gym, and my days are busy, bro. I wouldn't know what to do with it if a label or somebody with big money did approach my channel or did approach me. I really wouldn't know. You know, I mean, you can obviously give up one of those jobs whenever your YouTube channel is taking off like that. But at the end of the day, we all, like, as creators and as men, both, I think that, you know, real recognize real. I feel like men and creative men at that, we do deal with ourselves a lot. You know, we deal with these internal demons, and we're always in a battle in our minds, thinking about what's next, what we can do next, what we can do to, you know, sell our creations to the masses in a way that can ultimately pay the bills. So your mind is always wrapped around this, but you know, it gives you a hard time. It gives you a hard time trying to control you. So like the last thing you want to do is have somebody that can interfere with your creative process as your creative just flows throughout the day as it is.
First panic attack, thought that I was dying. My wife said breathe, but I could hear the sirens. I guess there's so many years of trauma built in silence. Instead of pushing it down, I should have done more crying. Look into my daughter's eyes and I swore with pride. Look into my daughter's eyes, I believe in God. Still I wonder.
That's a fact too. Every time that I look into my kids' eyes, man, I don't know how people even question it. I really don't. Like, y'all know I'm a Jesus freak, bro. I'm a follower of Christ. So I super believe in God. I know God. That's the way that we feel as Christians, right? Like, we feel like we know God. Like, I know God exists in the way that I know my wife exists. But I don't understand, like, with the minute that you see, speaking on creations again, the minute you see a creation that comes from you, that has the real life, it has a breath of life in it. You look at her in the eyes. I have daughters as well. You look at her in the eyes and it's like undeniable. It's undeniable. The minute they're born, it's like, whoa, that is a human. And it was just in my wife. It was just inside of my wife, bro. Like, what? It's crazy. And to people that out there that don't have kids, like, you'll never know what that moment is like unless you have kids. But that's a moment, bro. Like, watching your girl or your wife give labor and then seeing all that pain and the agony, and then just boom, it's there. Like, hello, you know, there's a little human. It really is. It's nuts. And I don't know how you can see that and just attribute it to science or attribute it to, it's very difficult, man. It's difficult for me to even wrap my brain around how somebody wouldn't attribute that to there's a God and he creates perfect creations.
How could I guide? How can I give direction when I'm missing deep inside? Overcompensate with ego, what I'm missing is my pride. If I image made in God, then why's the devil on my mind? But check my service, pen a true MC. I can hit you with these strikes, but I ain't UMG. Room.
That was hard. I like his flow on this, by the way. His delivery is different here. It's more simplistic. He's trying to get something across. There's a message underlying here, and he's trying to get that message across. And I appreciate the flow like this. I do. I think he sounds really dope in this pocket versus the super speedy, super rapidy rap type stuff, or trying to sound cool or trying to flip syllables. And I just think it's dope whenever there's a message and you're conveying the message exactly how he still has his sauce. You know what I mean? And he's still flipping syllables, but like there's still the obvious message that's being painted and portrayed. And I appreciate that. I think that that's dope. Let's go back a little bit right here.
My service pen a true MC. I can hit you, compensate with ego. What I'm missing is my pride. If I image made in God, then why's the devil on my mind?
Yeah, man. I listen. If our image is of God, then why is the devil in my mind? That is a good question. Even as somebody that I'm a man of faith and I believe in Jesus and I believe in walking the Christian walk, even for me, that's always one of those questions. But I would say that it's ultimately to test you, right? It's ultimately to test your being. Like, as Knox Hill's kid grows and gets older in this world, he'll start to realize, as much as I adore you and love you, I don't want you to be a robot. I don't want you to robotically love me. I don't want you to robotically do what's right. I want you to do what's right because you want to do what's right. I want you to show me love because you actually love me, that you made an ultimate decision that you were going to be a good person and try to do well. And I think that that's kind of That's kind of the it factor. It's like God creates us, we're his children, and he could have taken away our free will and just made us robotically love him, right? And there could be like no bad in the world, but because he let the devil, he didn't let the devil in, we did ultimately when we ate that fruit off of the tree. But because the devil is here, ultimately there's spiritual warfare. There's a test going on, right? We're always being tested. And when God tests us, it's very much, you know, I'm gonna let the devil tempt you in this way. Let's see. Do you really love me? Are you really trying to do good? Or is that a show? Is that a facade? Is it robotic? And I think that that's important to realize as you grow in your spirituality, is that ultimately, if there's an all good, all powerful being, then there has to be an all evil being on the other side of that, right? At least in our world, where spiritual warfare is prominent, when we're faced with, you know, we can do the right thing here or the wrong thing here consistently. There has to be an opposite.
But check my service, pen a true MC. I can hit you with these tracks, but I ain't UMG. Room full of old men saying I can't be me, saying we can make a deal while trying to cancel me. Huh?
I can hit you with these tracks, but I ain't UMG is hard. That's hard. That's a dope bar.
Can make a deal while trying to cancel me, huh? And you wonder why the industry corrupt. Finding artists at the bottom trying to make it out the mud. They'll do anything you tell them cause they desperate for the plug. The advances that you give them just alone to keep them stuck. Y'all don't give a...
That's facts. Y'all don't give a what? That is facts though, man. Like you find somebody in the mud, you know that street culture is prominent. You know that rap is going to... you know that rap comes from street culture and you know that it sells to the general public, not just the street culture. So you know that it sells. So you pick this artist up out of the mud, you give them, you know that they ain't never had nothing in their life. So you say, all right, we'll give you $100,000. This is a $100,000 record deal. You don't tell them that they got to recoup that money through their album sales, right? So it's like, all right, I got $100,000. Let me buy some studio time, but I'm also going to get some J's. I'm going to get a car. I'm going to put a down payment onto a crib. Ain't nobody ever taught me nothing about paying no taxes. So I'm probably going to owe taxes at the end of the year because I don't know what I'm doing. There's no guidance. It's just like, here's $100,000 and now you're a slave to UMG, Interscope, Warner Brothers, these big distribution, you know, powerhouses. And ultimately, I mean, you could go without making music for 10 years, but you come out with a song 10 years later and it's fire and you want to sell it and you make, you know, $92,000 off of that song. It helps get you out of a hard time. Then you realize, oh, you know what? UMG wants their money back. And you're probably going to have to pay interest. It's messed up the way that they do people. It is. But I want artists to start learning whenever they sign those deals. Why are so many people going independent? Why do people do it the independent way? Does this really serve me now? Is it smart of me to sign a record deal? What are they going to do for me that I can't do for myself? Because I've already created a buzz. What if I just keep going? And those people tell these people that tell those people. Versus I'm going to get this distribution and this record deal. What are they going to do for me that's going to expand the growth of my fan base? Ultimately, you're still the one that puts all the legwork in, bro. So you got to be careful. Make sure it's worth it. I know $100,000 sounds like a lot of money, but it's not. It's not. I have to think about that too. Like if somebody was to approach me about my channel, like in some way, shape, or form like that, I would have to have a serious discussion with myself because I would love to have the money. But what happens in 5 years whenever my channel erupts and it's way further, I'm the next Knox Hill? What happens then? I owe them everything at that point. You get what I'm saying? It's definitely worth it to think about it. Shout out to the independents out here grinding, bro.
Fuck about the art, y'all just bankers. How can you put a price tag on music with no angles? This is from the heart, all the love and all the anger. Y'all just want to see us fall. Even Lucy was an angel. The warning signs was...
Y'all just want to see us fall. Even Lucy was an angel. Even Lucifer was an angel at one point in time. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. This is dope.
The love and all the anger, y'all just want to see us fall. Even Lucy was an angel. The warning signs was there for Juice, but they filled up his cup. When Mac was thinking if he jumped, you know they double dutch.
That is facts. I hate to say it, that's facts. Rest in peace to Juice WRLD. Rest in peace to Mac Miller. They knew what Juice WRLD was going through, bro. They knew. They filled his cup. Nah, man, this is selling. These kids love you. Yeah, put some more syrup in your cup, bro. Put some more in there. When Mac Miller was at his wit's end, when he was just ready to let it all go, you think that they came in to interfere? No, because they wanted him, they wanted him to get through it, but they wanted that pain to be the articulate in how he created his art moving forward. Because they thought what? That it would sell. We see it time and time and time again. The only example I can think of where he almost died, got hooked on drugs, went away for a while, came back even better than he was before. The only time I've ever seen that was Eminem. 50 after he got shot at, but like, you know, the drug story, like it should have been a wrap. It should have been over with. M is about the only example that I can think of where they, you know, the machine still pushed him when he made his comeback. Clean, sober, alive.
Pac was shot with shells and they see how the sales went up. Push the chips in Vegas, double down, then they set them up.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Listen, man, Pac got hit with shells. They knew what it was. He was doubling up in Vegas. The machine was just pumping behind him. Whatever, bro. Whatever you want to do. Live your thug life, bro. You were selling. All they saw was the money. They didn't care about his well-being at all. Or he might not even been in Vegas. All it takes is just somebody that cares, you know? Hey, man, maybe this isn't the best look. Maybe it's not the best way for you to go right now. Maybe this isn't the best place for you to be. Think about all the beef that's been accumulating in the streets because of this thing between you and Big. It might be wise just to... I mean, I'll be honest, Pac probably wasn't really the type to listen anyway. But it doesn't help when you got nothing but yes men around you like, yeah, man, do it. Go up and pay that. Double stack them chips, man. Get paid. It's craziness. And I got to tell you guys, too, I'm honestly impressed by the record. This is the best sounding record from Knox Hill that I've heard. I know that y'all are about to point me in a million different directions, but just like as far as like the way he sounds, his delivery, his cadence, his lyricism here, his ability to kind of hold you while he tells you the story that he's trying to tell you. I think this is really good. This is a really good song.
They know pain moves weight, so they sell a cut. Any gain to move angst and make it hell for us. The violence gets recycled and they profit off the losses. Push you to glorify it till they box you in a coffin.
Yet they claim us and act like we're stealing music. I mean, for real, you can't make this stuff up, bro. It's like they will literally glorify violence, profit off of it when it actually happens. So the hamster on the wheel mentality here is that you pull them from the streets, you tell them to be themselves, you don't guide them, and when they start talking about their street beefs, it sells well, so you don't steer them away from that. And then when street beef ends them, you still continue to make money off of their death. But I can't react to an Eminem video. You know what I mean?
You just sign your gift away, then lock you in a closet. Success is full of hollow tips, they profit off the falling. Then they just replace you with the next one who next up, the next acts that get snuffed. And they don't give a fuck, they plan another one and water down the message. I don't give a fuck if I'm left rhyming in this desert. They control the power, you see knowledge is a weapon. And they know time is...
Yeah, kind of on the low. He's lucky that he was in a desert for the video, bro, because if I heard that without the video, I would have been like, desert? What's he doing in a desert? But I guess that could mean another thing, too. That could mean like he's deserted, you know? He's by himself. So like, yeah, I'm cool with just being here. I don't need the accolades. I'll just do what I do. Knox Hill, man, I salute. I salute, bro.
Money, so I value every second. May you always seek the answers and be louder with the questions. I wrote this to remind you that your power's in the message. Don't forget it.
That's facts. I wrote this to remind you that the power is in the message, so convey it. No matter what, no matter how you convey the message, convey it. This is fire, bro. This was good. Shout out to Knox Hill.
Independent Volume 1.
And I read in the comments, he was like, oh, by the way, this is just Volume 1. Many are to come. Many to come. Listen, man. The song was dope. The beat was crazy. I love that beat. I like soulful beats like that. The beat was crazy. His flow was crazy. His voice on this one didn't sound like his voice on other things that I've heard from him. I don't know how much actual music I have really listened to by Knox. I listened to something between him and Crook. I've listened to him a couple of times, just spitting some verses here and there. And I have consistently, and I hope that he doesn't take this as a diss. I hope you guys don't take this as me dissing him. I've never thought that he really had the voice for rap. I gotta say it, bro. In this record, his voice was perfect. Perfect pitch, perfect delivery. I don't think this could have been any better, man. The lyrics were great too. I give this like an 8 out of 10. This was great. This was a super dope record, and it had just a super relatable sentiment for me as a reactor. I love this. I love this. It makes me not even want to chase after the mainstream artist, you know? And ultimately, he had a story to sell, and he sold it. You know, I hope that a lot of people hear this and a lot of people realize the sentiment behind it. And I know I spent a long time in my intro kind of expressing the sentiment before we even got into the record because I already knew what it was about to be out because I follow Knox Hill. But I just want to take just a minute here now that we're at the outro aspect of this, and I do want to give him his flowers, man, because I don't know what they might try to do. And I'm not trying to add fuel to the fire or gas to the flame, bro. I just know that UMG is a very powerful machine, and Knox Hill is a very powerful machine. A lot of people might not give him the credit he deserves in that way, but the dude has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. He's got a big following on Twitter. I mean, I don't know what UMG might try to do, but I imagine if he wanted to react to an Eminem song, there would be absolutely no forgiveness. And a lot of people are coming to him for those records, you know? So salute to Knox Hill, and brother, thank you for all that you do. If you end up seeing this, man, I appreciate you. I appreciate you for opening this lane up and giving me an outlet, because I love hip hop, and I always knew that I had something to do with hip hop, but I was never able to get in the industry. And, you know, even though I give a lot of credence to like the Rob Dyrdeks of the world, Tosh.0s of the world, the people, you know, they would take like clips from the internet and react to those in a comedic way. What Knox Hill, like what these guys did with music is undeniably one of the dopest things to ever happen to music. They get frowned upon, you know, like, oh, reaction channels are just this and that. But when it's done right and it's crafted the right way, man, it's special. It's super special. And I appreciate Knox Hill for opening that door so that I could finally contribute to hip hop. You know, I'm very appreciative of that. So I really wanted to just say thank you to Knox Hill. Thank you to Stevie Knight. Thank you to Crypt. Thank you to all of these guys that really laid this foundation down so that I could do this, you know? And man, getting into a fight with UMG is nothing to take lightly, you know? So I wish him well. Anyways, man, thank you guys for watching. If you're new to the channel and, you know, you want to check out some of the other stuff that I've done, just click on this video right here. YouTube is about to recommend something to you based off of your algorithm. Click on it, comment on it. Let me know if they nail it. Like, subscribe, join, all that good stuff. And I will see y'all on the next one. All right. Peace.